Greeks and Turks in Asia Minor, a historical and cultural overview. Historical context, Greek presence in Asia Minor, ancient 1923. Greeks inhabited the western coast of Asia Minor, Anatolia, continuously from approximately 1000 BCE, establishing major cities like Ephesus, Smyrna, Izmir, Miletus, and later Trabzon on the Black Sea coast. During the Byzantine Empire, 330 to 1453 CE, Asia Minor was the heartland of Greek civilization, with Greek Orthodox Christianity and Hellenic culture dominant across the region. Turkish arrival and settlement, 11th century onwards. The Seljuk Turks began entering Anatolia after the Battle of Manzikert, 1071, gradually settling the interior plateau. The Ottoman Empire, 1299 to 1922, eventually conquered the entire region, including Constantinople, in 1453. However, significant Greek populations remained, particularly in coastal areas, Cappadocia and Pontus, the Black Sea region. The millet system and coexistence. Under Ottoman rule, Greeks constituted a recognized religious community, millet, with some autonomy in religious and cultural affairs. This created centuries of cohabitation where Greeks and Turks lived in proximity, sometimes in separate quarters, sometimes intermixed, leading to substantial cultural exchange despite religious differences. Musical cross-fertilization shared musical systems. The most profound area of Greek-Turkish cultural synthesis occurred in music, where both traditions contributed to and drew from a common musical vocabulary, Ottoman classical music, sanat müziği. This sophisticated court tradition incorporated Byzantine Greek elements, Persian influences, and Arab musical theory. Greek musicians were prominent in Ottoman courts, and Greek musicians like Tanburi Büyük Osman Bey contributed significantly to the Ottoman classical repertoire. Makam/makam system. Both Greek and Turkish music employ modal systems, the Turkish makam and Greek echoes/dromoi, that share fundamental characteristics. Many makams have direct Greek parallels, reflecting centuries of mutual influence and possibly common Byzantine roots. Instrumental traditions. Several instruments became shared between the cultures. Oud autai, lute. Kanun, zither, ney, reed flute, kemense, lyra, bowed string instrument, centuri, hammered dulcimer. Greek and Turkish musicians often played the same instruments with similar techniques, though stylistic interpretations could differ. Urban music traditions. Rebetiko and Cafe Aman music. In cosmopolitan Ottoman cities like Smyrna and Constantinople, a vibrant urban music culture emerged in cafes and tavernas. This music, performed by Greeks, Turks, Armenians, and Jews, created what scholars call the Smyrna style, a synthesis impossible to assign to one ethnic group alone. After 1923, Greeks brought this tradition to Greece, where it evolved into rebetiko, while similar styles continued in Turkey. Shared repertoire. Many songs existed in both Greek and Turkish versions. The melody lines, rhythmic patterns, usul, xylophone, and ornamental techniques showed remarkable similarity. Songs could cross linguistic boundaries with translated or adapted lyrics. Regional styles, Pontic Greeks. The Greeks of the Black Sea coast developed distinctive music traditions that incorporated local Turkish and Caucasian elements, featuring the kemense prominently. Their dances, like the Horon/Sara, showed connections to neighboring Turkish Black Sea traditions. Cappadocian Greeks. Greek Christians in central Anatolia spoke Turkish dialects, and their music showed even deeper integration with Turkish traditions, making it sometimes indistinguishable from local Turkish folk music. Other cultural exchanges. Cuisine. Greek and Turkish cuisines share fundamental characteristics. Dolma, dolmades, kebabs, baklava, coffee culture, mez traditions, though each culture claims certain dishes as uniquely theirs. Architecture. Ottoman architecture incorporated Byzantine elements, while Greek churches and homes in Ottoman territories showed Ottoman influences. The traditional courtyard house design was shared across ethnic lines. Language: Greeks in Ottoman territories incorporated many Turkish words, especially administrative and cultural terms, while Turkish absorbed Greek vocabulary, particularly in maritime and technical domains. Social customs, wedding celebrations, hospitality practices, certain superstitions, and daily life rhythms showed convergence, particularly in cosmopolitan cities. The catastrophic break, 1919 to 1923, the Greco-Turkish War, 1919 to 1922, and subsequent population exchange, 1923, forcibly separated these intertwined communities. Approximately 1.5 million Orthodox Christians, mostly Greek-speaking but including Turkish-speaking Greeks, were expelled from Turkey. About 500,000 Muslims, mostly Turkish-speaking but including Greek-speaking Muslims, were expelled from Greece. Smyrna, the symbol of cosmopolitan coexistence, was destroyed in 1922. Centuries of cultural synthesis were officially terminated. Musical legacy, post-1923. Despite political separation, the musical connections persisted. Preservation and divergence. Greek refugees brought Ottoman Smyrna musical traditions to Greece, where they evolved into distinctly Greek forms, rebetiko, laika. Meanwhile, similar traditions continued in Turkey as Turku and arabesque continued similarities. Both Greek and Turkish popular music retained shared characteristics: microtonal scales, similar vocal ornamentation, melisma, rhythmic complexity, and emotional expressiveness, kefi, merak, recent reconciliation. Since the 1980s to 1990s, some musicians have explored these shared roots, with collaborations between Greek and Turkish artists acknowledging their common musical heritage. Key summary points: duration and depth. Greeks and Turks coexisted in Asia Minor for approximately 900 years, 11th to 20th centuries, with Greeks present much longer. Musical synthesis. Music represents the deepest area of cultural exchange, with shared modal systems, instruments, urban styles, and repertoires that transcended ethnic boundaries. Urban cosmopolitanism. Cities like Smyrna, Constantinople, and Thessaloniki fostered particularly intense cultural mixing, creating hybrid traditions. Asymmetrical exchange. While both cultures influenced each other, the power dynamics favored Ottoman Turkish culture institutionally, though Greek musicians and musical traditions remained influential throughout. Violent separation. The 1923 population exchange destroyed organic cultural exchange, though musical and cultural connections survived in transformed ways. Contested heritage. Today, both nations often claim shared cultural elements as uniquely their own, reflecting ongoing political tensions and national identity construction. Scholarly recognition. Modern ethnomusicology increasingly recognizes these traditions as genuinely shared heritage rather than belonging exclusively to one group, though this remains politically sensitive. The Greek-Turkish cultural relationship in Asia Minor demonstrates how prolonged coexistence can create profound synthesis despite religious differences, and how modern nationalism can obscure historical complexity.